Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Midweek War! We are back. It's 2017, and I am here to talk some Impact Wrestling on Pop. All right, gonna be honest. I had high hopes for this Impact. Impact has just recently been bought by Anthem. I don't know what Anthem does, but if it's out of the hands of Dixie Carter, I'm okay with it. And I thought, this might be good. We might get to see a shakeup. Something, maybe anything. I'm not sure. I don't know what I was expecting. But my word for TNA is disappointment. Just disappointment. I'll get to it. The good this week, the wrestling was fine, I guess. I mean, the wrestling's always good. Again, I've never really knocked the in-ring talent. The in-ring talent's always pretty solid. The in-ring matches are good, but you know what? We'll just jump to the bad because there's a lot of bad. I think the thing I want to focus on is I just realized the Hardys are the only face tag team TNA has. Yeah. You know what? This will just be a composite bad because there are a lot of things I just was not a fan of on the show. First of all, we kept the Grand Championship for whatever reason. We kept the 3 rounds of 3 minutes. It was Moose versus Mike Bennett, which should be a bigger deal, I think. It wasn't. Moose just kept the belt. And apparently, the announcers didn't tell us this. Apparently, there's a one-night-only pay-per-view tomorrow night. We found this out via Mike Bennett randomly trying to pretend to be angry Dolph Ziggler and challenging Moose to a match on that pay-per-view. No one knew what pay-per-view he was talking about because the announcers hadn't talked about it yet. But there's a pay-per-view tomorrow night. If you think I'm watching that, you are mistaken. In fact, while I'm talking about the rest of Impact, I'm going to look up the rest of the card for this TNA one night only pay-per-view because they didn't really announce much of anything. Let's see, one night only live 2. The only matches that are announced: Moose versus Mike Bennett, no holds barred. The Hardys versus Eli Drake and a partner to be named later. Rosemary versus Sienna, which, they could have plugged once during the Sienna versus Allie match. They didn't mention it. And apparently DJZ is going against 3 other people for the X Division title in a 4-way match. That's it. That's all that's announced. So they literally have 5 people booked for a pay-per-view. A pay-per-view. So if any of y'all thought that Anthem owning TNA was going to change anything, you're wrong. It absolutely doesn't. I forget. I think it was Antonio Garza who mentioned that Anthem spelled backwards is meh TNA, and that's accurate. That's accurate. It's really spot on. All right, I'll just go. My change. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe would have had Davey Richards attack Eddie Edwards after he saved him. Because why? Sure, let's get the 2 least interesting people in a world title feud. Davey and Eddie. Choppy and Kiki. I don't even know what we're doing anymore. Honestly, if TNA or Anthem were to give me the keys for one night, just to let me do whatever I want with the current talent there, I would have had not a one-night tournament per se, but I would have had I would have stripped every one of their championships. I would have. I guess not Rosemary because she just won it and she hasn't even defended it once yet. But I would have stripped Eddie of his championship, stripped Moose of his championship. But I don't know. There are so many guys who weren't even on this show. Like, I don't even know if they're with the company. Aaron Rex didn't make one appearance. Drew Galloway, not one appearance. Any X Division guy, don't know where they are. Apparently, DJZ is still with the company because he has a pay-per-view match tomorrow night. I don't know what's going on with this show. But honestly, the most over person right now, and the only person who I would trust with a world title, is Eli Drake. That's it, and not even EC3 because EC3, it's not that he's bad. He's not. Y'all know I think Ethan Carter is great. He's done. Like, there's nothing else for EC3 to do. There really isn't. I mean, if he wins the world title again, I'll be happy. But all the top contenders he's faced and beaten already. Like, the Impact roster is so small. It's so tiny. Like, I'm pretty sure NXT has a larger roster at this point. But I don't know. There was one new wrestler that showed up for Impact. Rockstar Spud came out and challenged him to a match. And if you saw Apocalypto, you know who this is. It's Hornswoggle. Hornswoggle beat Rockstar Spud. And then Rockstar Spud promptly quit. Now, I don't know if this is a shoot. I don't know if it's an angle. I don't know if Rockstar Spud's going to come back in a mask. Or if Rockstar Spud's actually done with the company. I would like to say if Rockstar Spud is done with the company, please join Mandrews in the UK tournament. Thank you. Because Rockstar Spud, he's too good for TNA. A lot of guys are. I mean, I don't even know. The only thing that I enjoyed was Allie got to be a wrestler, not training to be a wrestler. She actually got to have a real match against Sienna. She lost via distraction finish, which, you know, that's fine. That's what you do. But Allie got to have a match, so maybe the knockouts division will turn around. By the way, we gotta get rid of that word knockout. We have to. I'm sorry, if WWE can ditch the word diva, you guys can ditch the word knockouts. There's nothing wrong with saying TNA Women's Division. Nothing wrong with it at all. Except you have a scary zombie lady with the title, so maybe now's not the best time to do it. But I mean, it was just so underwhelming. I wanted so much more from this and got nothing. Like, I don't even know who Eli Drake can theoretically team with against the Hardys. Someone new? Like, is Cody Rhodes still with them? I doubt it. Aaron Rex, maybe. Drew Galloway, maybe. I don't know. And we had Decay come out to new music because Smashing Pumpkins isn't paying for music rights anymore. And Decay had a match with the Helms Dynasty. 2 heel tag teams. And then the heel DCC came out and attacked Decay. No idea what's going on. But yeah, TNA. Oh, guys, it's gonna be a long 2017. It's gonna be a long one. Like, I don't even know what we're doing with TNA. I really don't. And I stated during NXT that my rankings, if TNA was halfway decent, it might have bumped NXT at number 4. No, it didn't. Yeah, TNA is number 4, if not like 5 or 6 or 8. I don't know. I watched a lot of wrestling this week. I could probably bump it down to about 10. Yeah, no, TNA. The only change I really saw was promos seemed a little bit more disjointed. Like they seemed a little less produced. I didn't know that was possible in TNA. And also that Anthem logo is fucking everywhere. Which, great. Get that corporate synergy going. Other than that, I said I'm not going to watch the One Night Only. I'll probably find it at some point if I decide to watch it. I don't know. Really don't want to watch it. I don't think anything's going to change. You know what? I'll probably read the results. If something happens that seems interesting, I'll watch it. Yeah. But it's gonna be a long year for TNA, guys. Gonna be a long year. Hashtag Vanguard 1 for tag team champion. All right. So if you saw TNA and you saw different things than I did, and you saw something that entertained you or gave you hope for the future, please let me know. Feel free. Tweet me at MadMike4883. Tweet at Mayhem Show. You can hit up the hashtag MM if you want for when I live tweet Impact. Go to our Facebook group. Just interact with the Mayhem Show. We're all pretty friendly for the most part, as long as we're not drunk. Kidding, mostly. But yeah. So we'll be back next week with more TNA, I guess. And yeah, so for Mad Mike, I'm Mad Mike, and this has been your Midweek War.